I was just reminded a few minutes ago that when we were in Delhi, it's okay. We were in Delhi a few days ago, and Guruji was there, Mujiji was there, and we were going to the shop, and it was the 1st of April. And 1st of April is celebrated as All Fools Day or April Fool's Day, whatever you call it. So we were going into the shop, and we saw that there was this bunch of people that were laughing about something. And they were laughing at one man who just passed. And what happened? So when we stopped, we saw that there was a 20 rupee note lying on the ground. And you know this trick? So there was a 20 rupee note lying on the ground, and they tied it with a string. And there was one of them was taking with their phone. They were taking a video of this. So what would happen is when somebody would bend down, they would just then pull it. They would pull it, and then they would go. The person would go further, wanting to get that 20 rupee note, and they would just chase it. And they were having great time just filming this. People trying to pick up this note, which was rigged to be pulled by this string. You see? And I just realized that this is exactly how the mind works. Exactly how the mind works. It seems so helpful. Oh, 20 rupees, I can buy a tea or something. And you just bend down to pick it up, and then says little more, no, just little more, and then little more, and this little more never stops. So our life is like this April Fool's Day. We are following this small amount of money, this small temptation, which the mind knows that we will follow. And it's having a great time fooling us in this way. You see, isn't it exactly like this? It will start very simple. Just 20 rupees. It's going to be helpful. Just pick it up. All you have to do is bend a little bit. When you bend once, twice, thrice, you keep, then you're running after it and you're chasing it. Once you're hooked, you see. Once you're hooked, then you're chasing it and trying to make it work. And then you feel very offended when you realize it was all a trick. That's why satsang can be very strong. Reactions, frustrations, anger can come. Because you're coming to this conclusion that it's all been one big April Fool's Day. You see? And who has been fooled? It is God. Yeah, I often say that if you want to see God pretending to be a person, just believe your next thought. You want to see God pretending to be a person, believe your next thought. So the question only is, how long will we fall for this trick? And if you continue to fall, nothing really is happening to you. But then don't complain that my back is hurting and I'm tired of bending down trying to pick up this note. Because that's all we are doing ultimately. We're just chasing this desire, this happiness through something which is you're not going to be able to catch. See? So the 20 rupee note is the person idea, is the ego. So a lot of these real life metaphors you will get to show you what is really happening. The thought could be coming even right now. So just know it's got strings attached, you see. It has strings attached. It is trying to say, no strings attached. Just create a relationship with me and no strings. You see? And the minute you pick it up, you get into a relationship with your thought, you suddenly realize, oh, there's a full family of thoughts waiting. So, so it has big strings attached. It's very simple not to bend down. Once you know, all I'm telling you is that it's all a trick. Don't fall for it anymore. Then you just walk on by. You just walk on by and you will have no suffering because of this. This is exactly what we talk about in satsang. Can it be as simple as this? We have not used any esoteric language, no big words. We've not even come to consciousness or awareness. None of this. Just refuse to bend down to pick up the next rigged trick, the trick of the mind. That's all it is. And yet God is always God. And God is only pretending to be a person when you believe your next thought. Then what trouble can we have? What suffering can touch you without a belief in some trick? And the trick is old now. The trick is really old now. Nobody is even laughing anymore. It's about time we drop it. We drop it. Just the same trick over and over. Just the 20 rupees becomes something else. It becomes relationship. It becomes good health. It becomes bank account. It becomes work. Just the temptation keeps changing, isn't it? The ego has nothing more in its bag of tricks. Just this one trying to get your attention for you to believe that it is possible to get happiness or peace through following this mind. That's the only trick that it has. And if you refuse to fall for it now, then nothing can bother you. Even the concept of bothering or not bothering, or even the concept of suffering will seem strange. And what will happen is momentarily something might still seem attractive and you might fall for it for a moment. So you are bending and then you realize, oh, this was another trick. So very quickly you drop it with no sense of shame, with no guilt also, oh, I fell for it again, nothing. So freedom is not that the trickster will stop the trick. Freedom is not that the trickster will stop the trick. Freedom is that you stop falling for the trick. Now, if you're not falling for the trick, what question can you ask me? What can you ask now? But it's no harm if you still feel that something has your belief, there is no better place to come and expose it than in satsang. You can come and say, I still keep falling for this trick. And then I say, inquire into this. Why do you keep falling for this same trick? It is because something deeply identified as you, something which is not you, is still deeply identified as you. Is it the seeker identity? Is it a child identity? Is it a parent identity? There will still be one or two of these tricks which still seem to work. But already the power is with you. The power is already with you because you can see it as a trick now.